Hello. Hello, my sparkly loves. It has been a minute since I was in here. I I come on, brain, you can do it. We are out on spring break, my little dudes, and so we were all out of town for a long weekend and got back, and now I'm catching up on work and also I want to get back in here. We got to get going because I was so close to finishing sorry, I was so close to finishing my March shoes, and then I had to, leave town and do stuff. So now we're at the beginning of April, and I want to keep rolling. So I want to make some progress, possibly finish up my. So this is my burger so far. We're gonna put it together. Let me plug in my Tonight is an exciting night. Tonight we're getting the white glue stick gun and the red glue stick gun going because we're putting together some sandwiches. So we're gonna hopefully finish up. Y'all will forgive me, I hope. I'm a little hoarse. I'm a little hoarse today. Nay. All right. But we've been making such great progress and I would love to carry on. So I've got my sandwiches coming along. That's gonna be my burger. And then I've got my other stuff to do my shrimp po' boys, but let me do order of operations. So first thing, last time we made some lettuce. I think it was last time, maybe the time before last. We made some lettuce, and so now that's very fully dry. Y'all will perhaps recall that I had a little bit of contamination in my glue, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't really want that." So a little bit, but that's fine. All right. I'm gonna scrape off the little bits. That's fine. So now I'm done with my bag. I can let it sit. I'm in such bad need of a hard reset in here, but everything in its time. I want to finish up some stuff and make some progress, and then I should figure out what a good reward is going to be for myself to do. If I do a hard reset, what will I do for myself? But I should probably just do it to be a grown up. So, as a reminder, the first batch of lettuce I made, I used Area 51 and it's just a little too neon. I switched over to Good Juju and it's a little more lifelike. But I really think if you mixed Area 51 and Green Thumb, that would be very lettucey. I have not had a chance to play with that. But if you have those both in your stash and are wanting to make some lettuce, that would be my recommendation. All right, I'm going to set these aside for the moment, and my lettuce slices for my po' boy need to be glittered on the other side. So I'm thinking if I do that, pop them in the dehydrator, I can finish my pizzas, I can put together my hamburger, and then and maybe I'm going to start on my April shoes. We can talk about what we're doing in April. Very exciting. So I've got three pieces of lettuce here that their crinkly side is glittered, but their smooth side isn't. And then I've got another, come here. Come here. I've got another. I did kind of two biggish pieces. This is three littles, which I think is perfect. And I'm sorry the angle is a little weird tonight. I have to have my phone plugged in because somebody didn't plan ahead and their phone is low on battery. So I've got three pieces, which is perfect. I think that looks like a nice sort of flip-flop shape. And then this, I've got two, and that's probably gonna work also. We're gonna try both. We're gonna roll with both. I definitely got some little red dots in my lettuce, but we ain't gonna let that bother us. So when you peel it, you may have some little bits of glue and glitter. You can kind of flake those off if you want, just because they're gonna be a little bit fragile. But all right, I've got all my lettuce. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was. Yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So to do the back side of the lettuce, I haven't been here in a minute. It's not even that long, but I'm like, who am I? What is it like? I do I have oh good. I was like, where's my big bag with my glue? I could have sworn I had one because I did. I just put her someplace weird. All right. Mm, don't sniff glue, kids, but though actually this is a little gunked up now. It's got a lot of other colors of glitter already in there. So I'm just gonna do a wee bit, just a wee glug, just a wee glug of plain Mod Podge. I should mix Salines in, but I'm kind of prioritizing progress over preparation, which is not the move, but sometimes the reality. Okay, so I'm just going to take my clean glue and do, and if I don't get every little bit, that's fine because it's already kind of green. I just want it to not look not glittery. I want it to look glittery. I want to add enough that you see a little bit of glitter, bit of glitter. Let's get the dehydrator fired up. Here we go. No place to put this. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely reset time. That's, it comes for us all, but it's gonna feel so, so good. My bell peppers, made myself a little cup of bell peppers. My bell peppers are ready, and I bought the little cabochon that I want to put on the little back of my pizza slices. So those are like a few moments of hot gluing away from being totally done. Okay. So the combination of a thick coat of glue that you let dry all the way, some crispy lettucey green glitter, and the mesh tool to give it some bones, some heft, some skeleton. That to me makes really lifelike lettuce. I did buy some tinsel garland that I thought would be cute lettuce. And I stand by it. That would be cute lettuce, but it's a little bit more cartoony and a little bit less lifelike. And every artist kind of picks their own sweet spot on that. And on this occasion, the sweet spot that I am selecting is slightly more lifelike lettuce. It's more work, but I think it's going to be more the aesthetic that I am envisioning cultivating. Woo! So just getting a little green glitter on the other side of my lettuce. If you were really dedicated to the lettuce being like lettucey all around, you could do two flat pieces together and make a double-sided lettuce leaf, but for my purposes, this is fine. For my purposes today, this is just fine. But if you were making a big, beautiful salad, like you were gonna take a wedge and fill it with delicious, lovely veggies, that would be cute. I might do that. What I need to do is like start writing things down because I say them and then they float out of my head. Okie dokes. Beautiful. Our lettuce is going to dry in the dehydrator. Hopefully, it'll be totally done shortly because it's just a thin little strip of glue. Ooh, there we go. When you do your first coat of lettuce, where you really glob the glue on because you're really creating that crinkle texture. When you do that, oh, actually, when you do that, you are going to kind of find that like it takes a long time to dry because it's so much. My brain is all over the place. So we're going to see. So I have my red and my white here because I'm doing hot sauce and mayonnaise or ketchup on my burger, respectively. But I want to do my pizza slices. So we're going to plug in the regular, we'll plug in the detail tip. Oh man, guys, did you call? Oh, hallucinated that. All right, we're gonna I've got 3 hot glue guns plugged in, and I've never felt more alive. Okay. White and red we're gonna set aside for now because we're not doing sandwich assembly. We're gonna let Are you plugged in? Are you? What's your deal? I want your light to go on. This is my detail tip. I don't know if y'all can see, it's got a real nice fine point. I, of course, am a Surebonder girl. Surebonder forever. The Surebonder is my favorite glue gun, my favorite glue stick, my favorite hot glue cinematic universe. Um, so I like the Surebonder. The detail tip is nice because it's got a really fine point, and that gives you a little more control. And who doesn't love control? So while that's heating up, these are the beautiful girls that I did last session. We did this really cute ombre, a little green and red ombre. So I'm gonna brush her and I'm gonna brush her. I've got 4 of these that are gonna be done in like 10 minutes. We're so close. Where's my there it is. Oh, there is a method to the madness, and I can tell because, like, when I haven't been in here, even when it's been like, I mean, probably it's been like a week. So even after a week, I have no longer like memorized where everything is. But it takes as soon as I'm out of here for a minute, I kind of forget where everything is. So there is a method to the madness, but it relies on me staying in touch with it to remember. But that's all right. We're going to refamiliarize. We're going to get back to it. So, got my pizza slices. These are the little gems, the little cabochon that I bought at Craft Culture. These are 12 millimeter half round cabochon. And it's $1.50 for a 10-pack. Outstanding, if I do say so myself. So I think they look like beautiful little cherry tomatoes, just cut in half. A beautiful shimmery little tomato. You're not quite hot yet? That's all right. So while that heats up, why don't we let's see. What do we want to do? Our lettuce is drying. We need the glue gun to put our green bell peppers on the pizza slices. I don't want to start our next batch of shoes yet. Oh, let me show you guys. I was in Houston. A friend said you got to go to Houston Thrift. And so I did, and I just need to show y'all. I've had this pair of shoes for like 250. $2.50. Each of these is 125. I'm so freaking excited. I do need to reinforce, of course, and so I will. And I need to chop this off, but I'm not going to do shoe surgery at this particular moment. It is too crowded and in here, and I am not well rested enough. I don't want to pick up sharp things and make bad choices. Are you all right? We are good to go. All right, all right, all right. So right there on the back where the fabric, where the trim joins, I like to put a little bit, boop, and that just covers the spot and kind of just makes a pretty little button. So button, button. And I've said many, many times, if I'm doing a shoe where I know that I'm going to have something on the front that's going to be covered, I'll start and finish it there. But if not, I like to keep it kind of smooth in the front and put a little button in the back. Button. And luckily this is a 10-pack because I should have gotten 2 10-packs. I've got so much extracurricular pizza. A lot of slices of pizza. I've got so much extracurricular pizza. I will use the remaining 6 on 6 of those. And then the others, I don't know. I'm just going to figure it out. Okay. So now we're gonna put our green peppers on. Would love y'all to be able to see this, but I also let me do the first one and then I'll see if I can turn it around. So the bell peppers don't really have directionality. We glittered both sides, but you are going to notice that some of, some of them have like a little bit of paper got stuck on there. So take a peek. Don't like exhaustively stress out over which side of the bell pepper is the side of the bell pepper. Why not? Party. But you can pay some attention to it. So it makes such a pretty punch of green on there, and I love it. I was wondering if the pieces would be a little big, but they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. Love it. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So fun. So pizza. Rock on. I think she needs a piece down here. Yeah, that's good. Beautiful. Well, I'll tell y'all, as I'm looking at it, I might leave these slices plain pepperoni and these bigger ones supreme because I think the plain pepperoni is really pretty too. I don't know. I really like them both. I really like them both. So I think I'm going to actually call this pair here the slightly smaller ones. Oh man, I don't know. I really do like the bell pepper. I'm going to leave one plain pepperoni and the other three are going to be bell peppers. One, two, and then these girls are going to get some bell peppers on them. So let me see if I can do this backwards. Why not? Why not try? Do. All right. Mm, love it. And because we were careful and we got all the little edges, when we put it on our pizza, we don't see anything that doesn't glitter. We just see fabulous sparkly pizza. Do I want to put? Mm, cute. Last one. And lots of leftover bell pepper, especially since I decided to do one plain pepperoni. And I was looking through my other YouTubes. There is a video of me making mushrooms and like onions and stuff. So if you're deeply curious about what other toppings would look like, I have provided that content kind of accidentally. Of all the many millions of shoes I have done, not millions, but all the many, many shoes I've done, it's funny that I like did so much pizza content, but that's also, I do love the pizzas. They are really fun. All right. Pizza, 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 pizza. All four girls are done. So that is another, we can fill in our, I have not bagged them yet. I will bag them. So they do need to be bagged. But we are up to 9. Let's see if we can get some progress on our sandwiches. All right. So far so good. Very excited about the pizza. Do I want to put those in bags and then they're like really, really done? One second. One second. Mhm. Oh my gourd. I'm back. Is that a boot bag? That's a boot bag. I don't want to put a pizza in a boot bag. That would be silly. You're a regular bag. All right. Regular 14 by 24. She is beautiful. She is beauty. She's a grace. She's big old slice of pizza. I kind of like that this is part of the experience. And since I have so much extracurricular pizza, I'm probably gonna have some extra slices. If there are any muses who are looking for slices of pizza, I can only sell the muses as throw. So if you can chat me up if there's anything in particular. All right. I think she is so pretty. Sometimes I snip these and curl them. Sometimes I let them kind of loop de loop. I think she's gonna be a loop de loopy girl because she's a little whimsical. Beauty. All right, one, 2, 3, and trying to be careful. I don't want to burn a hole in the bag with the glue gun. And I've got 3 of them, so it's a little bit of a juggling act. Here's how I know it. I need a hard reset. All right. Oh, my beautiful girl. My beautiful, delicious pizza girls. Oh, I love them. Somebody wrote me a note that was like, I feel very spiritually connected to pizza. And it was like, yeah, girl, thanks. That's what's up. 1, 2. I'm gonna shorten that up a little. 1, 2. It was so long that the loops weren't gonna be pretty. Ra-pa-pa, pa-pa-da-pa-pa. See some text messages, and I am sorry if I am not getting to your text message. I am YouTubing at the moment. There we go. Loopy, loopy girl. Last one of the 4, and then I'll show y'all the updated. Let's see if we can get to 12, and then I'll send you the updated. Well, I guess I still have to letter the muffalettas, not the muffalettas, the po' boys. So we probably won't be at 12 tonight. So we'll go ahead and fill up to 9. But filling up to 9 is still very satisfying. That's a nice chunk. So if I have 60 shoes to do, each time I do an increment of 3 shoes, it's 5%. So that puts me 15% of the way. And honestly, pretty close to 20. Ha ha ha. All right. Quick family photo. Those are my beautiful girls. They are ready. How exciting. Let's check in with the lettuce. Lettuce feels good. Lettuce feels good. We can commence sandwich assembly. So, my burger, I'll do my burger first since it's the most kind of forgiving. All right, so for my burger, you all will recall we did some tomato slices and we did some bumpy pickle slices. So for this, I'm gonna say, let's ketchup it. Do I want to put these on the lettuce or do I want to put them on the bun? I think I'm gonna ketchup them onto the lettuce. They look pretty good. So the red hot glue makes ketchup, and we sell hot glue sticks in different colors in little 10 packs at Nola Craft Culture. We have got white, which I use for a lot of things. White is probably the one I use the most. Red is probably second place. So I have a white gun and a red gun. And you do not need to do that. I can show you guys how you purge your gun, but that is kind of how I do it. All right, so I'm spacing these sparkly tomato slices. Nice. I want them to kind of show, but not like hang off of the edge of, not hang off the edge of the sandwich real crazy. But what's nice is that the hot glue is doing double duty. It looks like ketchup, and also, look at my little pickles. Weren't the bumps worth it? I think they were worth it, but it looks like ketchup. Yeah. Okay. And so they won't really show once I pop this top bun onto my hamburger, but it's pretty cute. All right. And I'm kind of letting them, this looks kind of geometric right here, but once it's all together, it'll look a little more naturalistic. It's still going to look like a flip-flop that is a hamburger. All right. So that's my slice of cheese with lettuce and with pickles. It's so cute. I almost wish it was open faced, but also like that's getting a little nuts. So this is my burger patty. As a reminder, it got a coat of, you can really see it on the ankle. It got a coat of Bittersweet Symphony, or maybe like an Especial Brunette, my mix of browns. But it got a coat of ultra fine brown first, probably Bittersweet Symphony. I do not remember. But it got a coat of ultrafine brown first, and then it got a coat of 1 millimeter um not Mudfest, not Boozy Cocoa, Monkey Mocha. So it got a coat of holographic 1 millimeter confetti, and that makes the kind of texture that makes it look like hamburger meat. And then we glazed it. So as you will perhaps recall, glaze is just you mix the Mod Podge 50-50 with some water just to kind of smooth it out enough that you can glaze with it. And you do it in phases because the glaze runs. All right, so she is going to be, I'm ready to give her a yeah, big old mayonnaise drizzle. And this probably won't show, but we know it's there. And you just never know, better to kind of, some things, if you're not completely sure what is and isn't going to show, come on, you. All right. So I'm not going to like show y'all this because it looks like mayonnaise, but it also um, looks like mayonnaise. And we don't need to get into anything else that it looks like because that is not the headspace that we're in right now. All right. So bun, burger, making the stack. Oh, you know what I could do? You guys know what I could do? Okay, we're gonna give it a second, but I might do a little something. We're gonna see. All right, I've already glued the lettuce to the cheese. I've glued my toppings. Gosh, that's pretty. I might have to do a salad. And then I could really indulge myself. I could really like get absolutely stupid with the detailing on the tomato slices, as I long to. All right, so this isn't going to show it all, so I'm just doing plain glue because my glue gun's pretty hot and fresh. Stacky, stacky. And then let's see. Do, 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 do. All right. Let me see. Plenty of ketchup. I wish I had some mustard on here, but that really won't show. I could put yellow paint, yellow glitter, but like it is not going to show. All right. Ah. Mm. Can we talk about it, guys? Hamburger. Hamburger. Oh boy. I really think that's very funny. I really think that's very funny. I might need to bring that to the hamburger place in Mid City that I go to for lunch sometimes. I wonder if they would enjoy a hamburger flip flop. They might. Right. And so now I'm adding some detailing with the ketchup. And the ketchup detail is also doing double duty, making my sandwich stronger. That's really funny. That really looks good. You know what? You know what though? I probably no. I'm like, I could have done the details on the tomatoes. It would have shown. Not really. Not enough. Not enough. But maybe I'll make myself a beautiful salad. All right. So what I'm doing right now, I don't know if y'all can see real good, is I'm adding even more ketchup. And by ketchup, I mean a red hot glue stick. And it is making ketchup and also making the sandwich strong. Plenty of ketchup. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's looking real good. It's looking real good. Ketchup, ketchup. And so what I was thinking I might do, I was like, ooh, I really want to do like some mustard. I really want to paint some mustard on there. And I think what I'm going to do is have it kind of, can I get away with this? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I don't know where my toothpicks are, but that's okay. I'm just going to ask this skewer to do some extra duty. I think I am. I cannot decide. Oh, well, that answers that question. That's going to be an interesting cleanup process. I dropped a whole jar of glitter. So if it makes y'all feel any better, that's my like, no, really, we need to do a hard reset. Though that was more my clumsiness. That makes y'all feel any better. It happens to me too. Um, I can probably clean some of that up. I mean, I can probably like claim some of that. That's okay. What I was checking to see is do I like I do. I do like the glitter on the mustard. Okay. So I'm going to do this. And in the crack between my burger and my bottom bun, my lower bun, I shall squeeze some yellow scribbles. And I'm not going to worry too much about the scribbles getting messy because it's just going to look, you know, all right. Looks good. And I'm putting atomic pineapple on it. because it's a really bright, really fun yellow. And also it's an extra fine, so it has some kind of fun texture to it and good shine. Oh, that being the case, I might need to make my ketchup sparkly. If my mustard is sparkly, my ketchup should sparkle too. I don't make the rules, but that feels correct. So, mm, yeah, looking really good. I do want to, when my this is why I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't like lock into any particular time scale because I want to let that mustard totally dry. Look at that bright, bright, crazy mustard. And there's plenty of it to enjoy on my floor also. Um, I feel like I would love if the lettuce was a little bit more protruding. So we're learning for next time. I love the cheese though. I love everything. I think it's very cute. What I will probably do for this, but I need to play a little bit before I commit to this. Ooh, atomic pineapple everywhere. I have this mix of rhinestones that I did, that's everything bagel topping in rhinestones, because that's a thing to do. And I do, maybe I can do this now. Maybe I can do a little bit of this now. No, I need to letter her. Thank you all for bearing with me as I figure out the order of operations on her. No, I want the lettering to be kind of heavy. So I'm gonna, I'm torn between doing ketchup or mustard on top. The mustard is really pretty. I think I'm gonna write muses in mustard in 2027 in ketchup. And now we're committing. You know, when we're on kind of a schedule, it stops you from getting too precious. You know, it's like I find I'm very good at making decisions in the last minute, but very slow if I'm not. So creating a schedule where it's like I would like to have this many shoes done per month gives me sort of the illusion of that. Okay. And I didn't use a needle tip because I wanted it to look kind of kind of rough, kind of thick, kind of like I squeezed the mustard out of a mustard tube. All right. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let that dry and brush it off. And then I want to make my ketchup bright red. So I'm going to go in with more of my red hot glue and some Mom's Creole tomato. That's what it's going to need, I think. Oh, on that side, the lettuce protrudes kind of nicely. All right, but I'm really happy with how that came together. It still has a little bit of to go, but I'm very happy with how it came together. Oh, what I was saying about the bagel is, or maybe we just do them. No, yeah, let's just do them on the strap. What I was saying about the bagel seasoning, the everything bagel seasoning, my rhinestone mix, is that I have sesame seeds in there. So I'm going to put a couple of sesame seeds on just the strap of my burger. And I think that's going to be really shishy and adorable. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like, the everything bagel rhinestones. It's like chunks of salt and poppy seeds and little square onions and little toasty bits. I really, if you're an Instagram follower, you maybe remember the night I really went Looney Tunes and did that because like that was a silly thing to do and I loved every minute of it. I don't have my dotting wand. That's on me. I should know better. So much is just having the right tools in your hand at the moment that you need them. But we make it work anyway. I cannot decide at this moment if my mustard is too chunky. So I'm going to let it dry and see how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel yet, but I don't have to know yet. I don't have to commit. I don't have to make a mustard commitment. Not now, not ever. I mean, presumably when I call the shoe done, that is making the mustard commitment. But, you know, that's really cute. I need a few more, but that's really cute. I don't want to take all the sesame seeds out of my mix because I still have a bagel to bejewel. I'll show you guys my bagel if you want to see it. 1, 2, 3. All right, a few more sesame seeds just to make the strap look cute. Mm. And I was gonna put together a kit for the everything bagel shoe or the everything bagel throw. You can put a bagel on whatever you like. And then the people who made my fake bagels stopped making them. We're going through a lot of difficulty. Some things just stop it not existing anymore. It's pretty rough. We're going to be just fine, but it is. Check on your small business owner friends. We are not okay, so to speak. But we're going to be fine at craft culture no matter what. New Orleanians are excellent at pivoting, and we are no exceptions. So if it's like, oh, they don't make this anymore, we'll figure something else out and tell y'all once we do. Do I wanna? I wasn't kidding about the multiple glue guns making me feel alive because I'm like juggling hot glue guns. Come on. Perfect. All right. So I want to handle her gently because her mustard is still so wet. But you can see I put some sesame seeds on her bun. That's a very cute. I might add some more. Maybe I'll buy some of just the sesame seeds. Goodness. Maybe I'll buy some of just the sesame seeds. Anyway, so I'm going to let the burger dry. Okay. Po' boy time. Same general vibe. I've got my shrimps. I've got my lettuce, now that it's nice and glittered on both sides. Let me put what remains of my atomic pineapple away. I will probably be able to salvage some more, but these things happen. I'm so careful with my glitter, but these things happen. Okie dokies. So I've got my shrimp, got my lettuce, I've got tomatoes done. We're gonna start putting it together. So for my, do I want to do? Let me see. I know shrimps are gonna go on there. So where's my red? I'm gonna start adding shrimp to my bottom layer of bread. If I have a spot that isn't super pretty, I'm kind of angling it to the interior. And I'm kind of doing some different angles so it looks kind of all thrown in there. Y'all see that okay? She asked the void. And plenty of hot sauce on a shrimp po' boy is nice, so you do not need to be careful about hiding your hot glue. All right. Mhm. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I'm gonna put a few more to kind of create some height. And I've technically got enough to put 14 on each. So 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And I could like kind of break these apart if I needed to, but they came all together just fine like that. Shrimp po' boy. It's important to appreciate, you gotta enjoy the silly stuff. So I think, am I gonna do my lettuce like that? And then my tomato, yep, I think I am. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, gonna put my tomatoes. I got 4 tomatoes for this little sandwich. Perfect. My 3 glue guns. Insanity. I love it. Unhinged. Just like I like it. Okay. Tomato. I'm using the white hot glue for mayonnaise, even though, it won't really show. And these tomatoes only got 1 coat of Ponchatoula strawberry because that's really all they need. That's really all they need. 1, 2, 3. And then another white glue stick. I'm very pleased with my burger. I might do some more of those when I get some more flip-flops. But I got some extracurricular pizza to catch up on. And not to mention my April shoes. I really wanted to start the April shoes tonight, but we're already 47 minutes into this journey. All right. Okay. And then, nice stuffed shrimp po' boy. So I think I don't want to swallow up the shrimp with the lettuce too much. So I'm going to be careful. Boop-a-doo. And then, oh, I might have extra lettuce. That would not be a bad thing. So being careful to place it someplace that kind of follows the shape. Oh, whoops. That's fine. I wanted to do the red sauce, but that's okay. It doesn't show that much in the middle. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, I'm running a little low on red sauce, so I think I'm gonna dollop some mayonnaise on the underside of these. And add a little bit of just plain glue in the middle where it won't show but could use the strength. And then that's our girl. That's our fried shrimp po' boy. I'm very excited about that. Oh, she's really cute. She's really cute all the way around. Oh, yes. And you can see the sauces. I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that. I think she's really cute. On the other one, I'm going to try to put the tomatoes underneath the lettuce and see how I like that. And that way, winner takes all. And so I will probably I don't know yet what color I want to letter her. If y'all have thoughts, let me know. I was thinking also, where'd she go? So this was going to be a bottle of rosé, but I think it'd be really cute to make a bottle of Barks to hang out with, to glue to that. I think that would be really cute because Barks and a fried shrimp po' boy is what's up. I also, I'm going to be honest, now that I'm looking at her, I'm kind of wondering if maybe she also needs some pickles, you know? That would have been pretty cute. But I really like what she does have going on. Little fried shrimp po' boy. All right, second one, same as the first, but this time I'm gonna put the tomatoes on top of the shrimp, and let's get some shrimps on here. Boop-a-doop. Mhm. Super cute design with packing peanuts, which are free. We've got bags of them at Craft Culture. If you come on by, they're in the kit room, which used to be the art market, but is now the kit room. The art market is now beautiful and gorgeous in the sunroom. So if you haven't been in a minute, check it out if you like. And we've got the free packing peanuts for you. It is a mix of a couple of glitters, so that's, maybe more of an investment, but they are all great colors of glitter to have individually and to make your fish fry mix. If there's demand, I will sell the fish fry mix. It feels a little niche. It feels a little esoteric, but so do a lot of things. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna need to rationalize that too hard. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Maybe I did the math wrong because I look, or maybe I dropped something, or I don't know. I'm looking around and I feel like I've got 12 instead of 14. So maybe I miscounted. Oh, I think what it is the first day I made 12 and then I made 14. And in my head, I had 14 for both, but I don't. So this one I cut in half. So I want to fill in the whole po' boy. But that's going to be fine. This one's going to be a little bit less tall. Shrimps. Coat of shrimp with some hot sauce. All right, so on this one, I was going to do lettuce and then tomatoes on top of the lettuce. Let's see how we feel. Let's see how that moves us. If it does anything particularly for us. White stick. But yeah, super cute. Flip-flops are very cheap, especially it's getting to be summertime, so there are many, many a flip-flop sales to be had in the summertime. Come on, you. Yeah. So flip-flops are cheap and abundant. Packing peanuts are free. The hot glue sticks, you do want to. Oh, I did that maybe wrong. That's okay. Um, yeah, I'll do that. And then, so you got your flip-flops, you got your packing peanuts, you do have that glitter purchase to do, you do have the hot glue to do. That is not mandatory. You can just do regular hot glue or however you want to put it together. I put a little extra crinkle in that since the flat side is just a little flat. That's all right. Just before I put the tomatoes on and I can't reshape it at all. I'm just adding a little crinkle to my lettuce. Let us crinkle the lettuce. Yeah. 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 A little bit of mesh. Mesh is very cheap. Tulle is very cheap. And you need very, very little. All right. Tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do them with hot sauce. God bless. My last red stick. So it took a 10-pack to do 3 sandwiches, and that's partly because you're using it also to make ketchup and hot sauce, so a 10-pack is probably the move. I mean, a 10-pack is obviously the move, you can't buy less than a 10-pack, but a 10-pack is probably sufficient, and if you need to augment with regular hot glue, that's not gonna bother anyone. Alright, I have arranged 4 tomatoes. I do think I like that too. That probably looks a little more lifelike. Mhm. Stuff is kinda slip sloshing a little. Alright, I'm gonna let my glue gun and make sure the tomatoes are actually really attached to the shrimp because they're a little sloshy. Understandably, because the shrimp are, difficult terrain as we would say in D&D. All right. My red gun is oh, but you know what I can do? You know what I can do to get a little bit more? No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna unplug my red gun, and then I'm only juggling two. This is like a puzzle. I have to like trace the end of the wire. Okie dokie. So I still got my white one and my regular. So I'll use my regular to do a little bit of extra reinforcement, make sure the tomatoes are on the shrimps. And then I will talk a little bit about the April shoes, but I don't think we're gonna get to them. We're definitely not. We're almost an hour in, and I am only just finishing. Okay, and getting a little loopy. I feel like I'm doing voices a lot tonight because I'm loopy. So that's probably time to wrap it up before I get really silly. Okay, balance that, smush it down a little. I really do like that. All right, y'all. I think I did a slightly thinner layer of shrimp on the second one because I had 12 instead of 14 and I angled them a little bit flatter. So I think I like they're both really cute, but I think I like the slightly flatter layer of shrimp. I like the tomatoes and then the lettuce. It's not worth it to me to take this one apart because they're both plenty cute, but those are my po' boys. So that's a very, very inexpensive shoe to do. Very little materials investment on that one. And the actual glittering of the flip flop goes pretty quick if you do the flip flop lollipop, which we talked about several sessions ago. So let me turn these off. I would like to briefly talk about what I'm going to be doing in April. In April, I'm envisioning doing some ring shoes. That is a fun, classic, quick shoe. Goes pretty quickly. So not as involved as it's more expensive because you have to buy the ring. As opposed to the pizza and the flip flop, which were really us. We were getting off to a nice thrifty start. We were starting from a place of really using up bits and bobs and turning trash into treasure. Let me check on my burger. Yeah, my mustard is still very wet, of course, but it looks good. All right, so flip flop, hamburger. Um, I mean, they're all flip flops. Po' boy hamburger, shall we say? So we did our really cute flip flop sandwiches this month. That's extremely cost effective. We did some really, laborious but also very inexpensive pizza slices. Um, and so that was kind of, we had a nice thrifty March. In April, I'm going to make wedding ring and Tiffany box shoes. So we're going to do some shoes that look like the shoe is the box and it's got a big, beautiful ring in it. And that is a nice, impactful, dramatic design and looks really lovely, but also isn't going to take us hours and hours and hours. So we're going to do rings, and then I am feeling called to do some crawfish boil shoes. So what I think I'm going to do is 2 wedding rings. So 2 white shoes. Let me move my sandwiches and we can discuss the nuances of the rings. All right, you are going to go back in the dehydrator. Ah, I smudged my mustard. I smudged my mustard. That's entirely my fault. I'm going to put the mustard back where it goes. A little pinch of my mustard glitter. And that is fine. It works because my mustard is so very thick. All right. But you are going to go into the dehydrator because you are a liability. So we are going to make 2 wedding ring shoes and 2 Tiffany box shoes. And I like to use a very pointy. I'll show you guys the shoes that I picked out for this. And again, I, said I would do like 3 of each design. Because these shoes are so perfect for this, I'm going to do a pair and a pair. That to me just makes the most sense. So I've got these and these. Baba boom. Those are so beautiful. So I think, to me, something about the angular nature of a really pointy shoe, and these have such a nice stiff, that's a really beautiful silhouette. Those are going to be so pretty. But a nice pointy shoe to me just reads like a box. I think that just feels like the geometry of that feels boxy. I can't really explain it, guys. My pizzas obviously look like slices of pizzas. My king cakes, I like a rounded toe. And for my ring boxes, I just love a nice geometric pointy shoe. So I'm going to do 2 wedding shoes and 2 Tiffany shoes. And the wedding shoes, that'll be nice. That'll be an opportunity for us to talk about white work, for us to talk about making glittered throws that are extremely white, clean, bright, intense white. So we could talk about that. That will be a multi-step process, of course, but we will. It's a good time to do a hard reset because you like a clean space when you do white work, because a single fleck of a different colored glitter in white glitter is going to bug you more than like a red or a green. Certainly more than a pizza. The pizzas were forgiving, they could take a good amount of cross contamination and still look terrific. My wedding shoes, I like those to be cleanly executed. So we're going to do 2 Tiffany boxes and 2 wedding shoes. So it's going to be the same design, but the Tiffany shoes, I don't know yet which ones are going to be which. I'm gesturing like I want the really dramatic one to be the Tiffany one, and I probably do. The Tiffany ones, I think I'm going to do patina velvet. Maybe I'll do 1 patina velvet and 1 breakfast at Trademark and Fraction, which is the Nola Craft Culture Tiffany blue. But anyway, I'm going to do 2 Tiffany blue and 2 white, and then they're going to get these big rings inside of them, and I'll show you guys how we make the rings. It's a kit that we carry at Nola Craft Culture, but I'll also just show you, how I do it. And the Tiffany box gets a white satin ribbon on it. The wedding one, I usually put some little white chiffon flowers or some little white roses. I put some little white floral on my wedding shoes. What I love about the wedding shoes is that during your ride, if you're looking out at that sea of signs, you will see so many signs that say, just married, newly engaged, like, Cinderella found her prince and now she needs her shoe. You're going to see a lot of wedding and engagement themed or proposal themed signs. And it's just, I am a sucker for the shoe matching the sign and giving the shoe to someone who I like to do some happy birthday ones. You can probably see my birthday cakes. You can't see them so great, but there I do some birthday cakes. I do plenty of rainbow shoes for the signs of, for signs looking for gay shoes. And yeah, so we're gonna do two wedding and two Tiffany blue. Our wedding, I need to decide which white I'm going to do, but we have a lot of white work to do first. So if you're following along, patina velvet, breakfast at trademark infraction. Those are our Tiffany blues. And then you need invisible jet and white acrylic paint. If you are going to do white work, you need invisible jet and white acrylic paint. That's the first step in making a shoe extremely white. And I will show you guys that process. So I'm probably going to get the kit at Craft Culture because the kit comes with the white satin ribbon. And I'm going to buy the rest a la carte and show you guys what that looks like. And then I think I'm going to do two crawfish boils. I'm actually probably going to do, decisions. Um, I want to do the crawfish boil where it's the little pot pouring out the crawfish. And I also want to do the one where I do a boot that is the boot itself is the boil pot and the crawfish are in it. So probably what we'll do is our 4 ring shoes this month, April. We'll do 4 ring shoes. We'll do two traditional crawfish boil shoes. But while we're doing the while we're glittering all the crawfish, we'll go ahead and glitter ourselves some extra crawfish to bring us into May, and we'll do a boil pot. We'll do a gumbo pot and a crawfish pot. This is kind of the plan. The plan changes constantly, but that's kind of where we are in the plan. So thank you all so much. I hope everyone had a lovely Easter weekend, a lovely Passover, and all that good, good times. And or whatever you celebrate. Just a happy spring. What? Oh, sorry. I thought you said something. Um, Anyway, so thank you all so much. I will be back, of course. We are going to keep on keeping on. I am going to fill in. I'm going to fill up to 9. And then in a few days, we'll be able, or in the next couple of sessions, we'll be able to get it to 12. And I think that's going to look really good. I'm going to feel really satisfied by that. But thank you as always for joining me. I will be back. Thank you all for the feedback I've been getting on the videos. I really appreciate hearing from y'all. That means the world to me. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely evening and a lovely time glittering. And I will see you guys the next time I'm in here. Bye.